Hello and welcome everyone to another episode. Yes, so I have been unbelievably busy, and I think I should have told you guys. I think I mentioned it before in my last episode, or one before that, or one of my episodes. I am going back to school, so once again, I should really mention that my schedule is subject to change depending on the load of work that I have during the week. So if if the week is fairly light, then for the most part I'll be able to do episodes and stuff like that. But I've been just unbelievably busy this week with testing and just all around general not fun things. And yeah, so I feel good. Always feel good when I get back onto Kerbal. I've been playing a little bit of DayZ here and there, and that's just like, whenever I have time to play and I'm just kind of messing around or something, alright? What have you? Oh god. There we go. Yep. I was not expecting that engine to go out, but it looks like I didn't update this design because we still have this small guy on here, but I really don't think that's going to cause too much problems. It looks like all the stages go out at the same time. The one thing I've been having problems with this design, and I found out later that basically the center engine, if you guys can remember some of my older episodes, at least I think maybe 10 episodes back, at least with my main series, they were not pulling fuel at the same time. So like one of these engines would die and then the other one would die. So it would cause some problems. Oh my god, we need to speed up and start doing our grav turn, which both of those things I completely have not been paying attention to. Oh, and once again, with my grav turns and stuff like that, I really do try to do them, and I try to do them the best way I can, but you know what? Sometimes when it comes between not playing this game for a while and a few other things, usually you just end up screwing stuff up and not even realizing it. I don't use mods as far as on my main series. That is why it's called Sandbox. And my modded series is strictly for mods, believe it or not. No, so yeah, I really do try to do the grav turns and all that good stuff. There's a few people that were mentioning it, and yeah, I really do try to do all these things. It's just, it's a matter of time and just being able to pay attention as things go on, and I don't know why I keep on trying to go down. I'm like, yeah, let's just go down, we'll be fine. But yeah, so the whole subject to change thing, I mean, right now I've gotten a free day off from work. It's amazing. For those of you who don't know, in recent news, as far as like the weather, yeah, we just got like unbelievably pounded by snow. So like, I am just, my work was still open, but I was just like, yeah, I'm not coming in. I don't even want to bother. With me in snow, oh my god, this thing is spinning like crazy. Stop spinning. Yeah, we probably just don't have enough SAS to stop that rotation. But yeah, I'm not very good with the snow. I mean, I don't really care so much about the snow. I grew up in Michigan, so I mean, for those of you who live in Michigan and know about Michigan and its snow, yeah, I totally know all about Michigan and its snow. So definitely crazy stuff. In Michigan, you get like 3 feet of snow, and you still have like work and school the next day. There's like no calling out or anything, and if you do, people make fun of you. So let's see. There we go. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. It looks like we're going to have a lot of leftover fuel, too, because this rocket is just a little bit too overpowered for this launch. But, so with the mod, or not the mod series, the main news, at least for right now, at least for most of you guys who play Kerbal and, totally love Kerbal and all that good stuff, there will be a new update coming out fairly soon, as far as I was reading. And one of the things that will be added to the game, at least in its infancy, and a lot of people have been asking for this for basically ever since the game came out. Oh god, we are not going to be able to fix this. Oh, come on, there we go. Oh, nothing serious. Let's see. what was I talking about again? Oh my god, I'm completely... you know, multiplayer. They are going to be adding at least some rudimentary form of multiplayer, at least for now. I don't know exactly what it entails. I don't know anything about it. I am just about as in the dark as you. But from what they're saying is that they really, really want to get multiplayer in this game, even though they basically, at the beginning of this game, when it was first made and people were asking for it, they kept on saying, no, it can never be done, it can never be done, we will never do it. And finally, I guess they've come to their senses and realized that multiplayer would be a very amazing addition to this game, for many reasons. I could list off reasons all day, but that's just me. Let's see, there we go. So looks like we got 27 minutes until our burn. That's not bad. Come on. I was expecting the stage to be gone already, but apparently it's not. Okay, we do have a docking port there. I was like looking like, did I put a docking port? Yeah, whatever. But yeah, the multiplayer, definitely cool stuff. And apparently they're going to be doing some updates and bug fixes and, you know, all that normal stuff. I feel like I'm forgetting something as far as what they mentioned with the multiplayer. I don't think they're going to be adding any new planets or anything like that. A lot of people have been complaining that they're sick of all the planets already and they want more, which the one thing I would think would be really cool if they added to this game, at least at some point, is not really to have them as a static object, to be able to load them in and you can like specifically place them in different areas and you can have as many as you want, is like asteroids and meteorites and stuff like that, and just all kinds of crazy well, meteorites are on the planet technically, asteroids and all that good stuff, and just being able to have that kind of open-ended where you can just basically put them wherever you want in the solar system, and you can have them orbiting the sun, or even have them orbiting planets. I guess it would be another planet, or I forgot what the classification is for a small piece of small asteroid or something orbiting a planet. I don't know. I think it becomes like some kind of a sub-moon or something crazy like that. I can't even remember the name of it anymore. I mean, it technically would just be a satellite as in anything else, but yeah, so I forget all the terms for everything. I can't remember everything. But yeah, so the asteroids thing would be a really cool idea, but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be implemented, not unless if, like, you know, everyone gave this video like 100 million views and everyone sent it to Squad and told them to add meteorites and stuff like that, or asteroids. Yeah, so there we go. And I should have started my burn a little while ago. I don't know what I was doing too. I was just ranting, which is never a good thing, but it looks like this rocket is gonna stay together. I'm not... Oh, yes. Speaking of staying together, that is the other thing they are addressing. At least I don't know how they're addressing it, but they are addressing that. Basically, they're going to be doing something to improve the connection of joints, is so that your rockets don't just fall apart instantly, basically, if you got like unstable stages and stuff like that, where if you guys can see, at least for right now, I have a lot of struts connected to the end, the bottom portion of this stage, mostly because if I don't do that, the whole stage will fall apart. And what they will be doing is they're making it so that the engines aren't going to be dancing on the end, if you guys know what I'm talking about, where basically this kind of part of the engine part itself won't be jumping around on the part like it's not actually connected. Apparently they're addressing that in some fashion, which is going to be amazing, but hopefully everything kind of pulls through. So I will see you guys once we get in orbit around the moon. And we're back. Yeah, so this is looking pretty good. The only thing I have a little bit of concern with, and I'm not sure if this is actually going to cause a problem or not, but I have no struts in between here. I guess I kind of just overlooked that because of all the struts on our ship or whatever, or the launch. Also the other thing too is I ended up getting rid of the stage that we had before only because there was just really no reason to keep it. There was just way too much fuel on that stage, and we basically just didn't really need it for anything. Whoa, there we go. Let's see, we need to get a lot. What is going on here? That is very weird. I thought I set something up here. I don't know why it's screwing everything up here, but whatever. We might end up having to do another orbit around. I'm not 100% sure as to what is happening. You know what? I'll just get close to it and do a burn. That will just make more sense. That just makes more sense to me. Actually, what am I doing here? I can just go like this, and I'm totally not even paying attention. It's been so long since I've docked anything. I guess I just am not remembering or something. I just don't know. Otherwise, I'm just so used to docking stuff on the surface, like Minmus, you know. For those of you who have not watched my modded series, I mean, I generally am a pretty big Puritan as far as how this game is meant to be played, and I do enjoy playing my modded series, but I also do enjoy playing vanilla. But I just got myself wrapped up in a really big project in my modded series, which the freaking Minmus base, which is looking amazing, and I should stop using RCS fuel. Holy crap, we don't have a lot left. And this thing is basically uncontrollable without RCS, so that's even better. That's the next thing I think they should be able to add or something, is basically you'd be able to put like a spout on the side of your ship or something. You could actually jettison out fuel if you really wanted to. I'm pretty sure it isn't really that great of an idea, but I mean, if you really needed to lower your mass for some reason or another, you would be able to do it. So I think that would be kind of a cool idea, or even the RCS fuel. I know a lot of people, including myself, usually end up bringing way too much, and you're carrying a lot of extra weight for nothing. Just so you know, I mean, if you don't plan on using RCS, or if you're fairly good at docking, and you are pretty sure in yourself that you'll be able to pull off a dock without having to use a few, like 100 units of RCS fuel, I mean, you can basically bring the smallest container of RCS fuel with you and you're pretty much fine. But if you're like me, you end up bringing like just absolutely obscene amounts of RCS fuel for a mission that really doesn't need as much RCS fuel as you have. So it's like with the space station and everything else, I usually end up, it's better to, I think, store your fuel in a different place, or at least in the place where you're heading. And we need to slow down. We are not going to have good results here if we don't slow down. But oh my god, slow down some more. I have no freaking way to control this thing. Oh god, I guess I should have put more RCS fuel on here. That would have helped out a little bit. But at least we're going to be clearing the station, because I don't want to be flying directly at the station and hit it, which I have done before, which is always absolutely amazing. So I'll slow down, just kind of knock that back that way. There we go. To me, docking is basically more of just trying to find an equilibrium with your nav ball and the retrograde, and where the... I guess this would be the opposite side of the target, so to speak. I really don't know what to call that. The triangle here, I guess the... Yeah, the opposite side of the target. I mean, there's really no other name for it, as far as I know. I'm pretty sure there is, I just have no idea what it is. So let's get close here. The frickin' station. The last time we were here, it was looking pretty awesome. We ended up putting a fuel tank on the station, and I did not want to make this a fuel depot. I was more concerned with having some structure to the base, whereas before the base didn't actually have as much structure as it does now. So we'll set that as a target. It's looking awesome. So let's get a little bit closer. Oh, and I'm going to be docking on the dark side, even better. I don't know, I think we should be alright. I mean, there is a fairly decent amount of light on the base, or on the station here, so we should be okay. Let's see how well RCS is going to work for us. It seems like we have a fairly decent amount of control, but I am always very skeptical of that. There, I gotta disable the RCS. There we go. There we go. Looking good. Looking really, really, really good. So the next thing I think, as far as mods are concerned, that I really thought would be cool, and I do have it on my modded series, and even the developers commented on this shortly after the mod was released, which was the navball mod, which is actually a really good mod. I wouldn't be surprised if the mod was already implemented to the regular game, because I know with at least like Minecraft and certain other games, some of the mods for that game have actually been created in the game. So like, as far as, I don't know if the developers actually used the actual textures or any of the coding from the person who's created a mod, but yeah, it was pretty awesome stuff. I think it was the... what is it? The potions. I think the whole potions thing that got was... a lot of mods have been added, but whatever. So what else am I going to be covering as well? I had a bunch of stuff in mind before I started this episode, and I just completely forgot. One of the things too is I've been talking about DayZ a lot lately, and I've been considering possibly starting up a series for DayZ, and I know a lot of people have been fairly interested in the series for DayZ, which I am not sure when I'm going to be starting. Right now, I'm still very new to the game in many ways. I still want to just kind of learn everything and make sure I kind of know a good portion of the game before I start recording and make a complete idiot of myself. So, alright, this is looking really good. So, just, no, we should go in chase mode. There we go. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have been messaging me also stating that I should be going into chase mode when I'm doing my docking, and I do know of chase mode. It's not that I don't use it. I do use it for a lot of things, but docking on the surface with the Minmus base is a bit of a chore, and using the chase cam while you're doing that does not help very much. It does kind of give you an idea, but it really doesn't help out very much at all. I think it's more of a hindrance than it is actually helping. So I've tried it many times before, and I usually get the exact same result. So that's kind of where I sit with that. And we are running really intensely low on RCS. Just get us slowed down here. kill that. I'll use the engines to speed us up. I don't know why this thing is taking such a dip right now. But yeah, the RCS on the surface and trying to dock on the surface is a very, very complex and somewhat annoying procedure, so it really doesn't help out much doing anything at all. Like, no matter what you do, it usually is just always kind of a pain in the butt. So there we go. That's looking really good. So hopefully we should be able to replenish some of the RCS fuel if there's any of it that is missing from the base, but hopefully everything goes well. Now, any other things too is with the IJK and L. Yeah, I that's the other thing I want to let you know too. Is it's just, yeah, I know that docking, you use all these things. I've used them many times before. I've docked like a million things. So I'm not trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this game, because I always learn new things all the time. So it's not a constant thing where I always just feel like I'm very sure of it. But I mean, with docking, I usually always feel fairly confident with it. It's just, if I don't do it for a while, it's just a little bit of an awkward thing to do. That's all I can say about that. And we're really lined up. It's just taking forever. Turn off the SAS, RCS. There we go. And I think we're going to have to shift our craft around a little bit. There we go. I want these windows to be fairly lined up, and they are a little off right now, so I think I'm going to be fixing that shortly here. But I did not launch these full either. That's the other thing too, is I didn't really want to put any crew on any of these because of the fact that there's no windows. You can't really see inside any of these things. But we do need to get a crew here eventually, and I plan on, you know, at least maybe doing some kind of a colonization of it and bringing like 3 or 4 Kerbals here and just kind of getting everything going. It looks fairly awesome right now, but I can't wait till we actually get a lot more into this base. So let's... I keep on calling it a base, a station. Yeah, that just looks freaking awesome. It's a little crooked too, I don't know why. Oh god. Yeah, usually moving these things is not really the best idea. It usually always... They get very, very wobbly very quickly, especially when you start building the long truss. The big truss section usually has a lot of problems with the whole being moved. So it really does not like any of that kind of stuff. But our station is looking pretty freaking awesome. The one thing that I will be adding is a docking bay to it eventually. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it. There was a part of me that wants to put it right up here, and another... I was thinking is maybe bringing it and putting it at the bottom here. I'm not 100% certain on how I'm going to do this. But this station is not going to be as big as the Kerbal Space Station. For those of you who've seen the Kerbal Space Station and all the construction of it, I don't plan on making it that big, but, you know, there's always a possibility. I could kind of go all out. So, anyways, guys, if you like what you see here, subscribe. There's always more to come. To all you new people, welcome. And, yeah. I will see you next time.